Hey y'all, in today's video, we're talking all about travel. I'm going to let you know where I'm going, and we finally have an ending to the internet drama. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am Tammy, and it's a new week. It's a new week, and I have got a story to tell y'all. So let me get into it. It is Monday, October the 7th, I believe. Yeah, and we finally have the end of the AT&T saga. It is ready. It has come to an end, y'all. So let me tell you what happened. So I think when last we talked, they were supposed to be here like on the 1st. Nobody ever showed up. Never heard from anybody. Nothing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give them a few days, whatever. So I got through the weekend and I said, I'm calling them first thing Monday morning. So I got up this morning and I called. The first person that I talked to said, well, your case or whatever, whatever it is really no longer with AT&T because we had to get an outside contractor that will be taken over since there's going to have to be so much work done as far as like the backhoe digging and all that stuff and like relaying all the lines. So she says, so let me give you their number and I will give you, you have 2 tickets in. So I'll give you their number and I'm going to give you your ticket number and I'll give you the extra number too, just in case one of them doesn't work. And just call them and they should be able to tell you when they're coming. Well, it sounded kind of odd to me because I'm like, what do you mean my case is no longer with AT&T? Even if you have a contractor coming, it should still be with AT&T. That makes 0 sense. But whatever. So I get off the phone with her. I call the number. It's not a working number, y'all. Not a working number. So anyway, I call AT&T back. Well, they immediately send me to the billing department. And I was like, I'm not calling for billing. Like, what the heck? But she made me tell her the whole story before she would transfer me to the right department. So I did. And then I finally get over to, I guess, the department I'm supposed to be talking to, which is the installation people, I guess. And so the guy says, well, what's going on? I'm like, why do y'all make me tell everybody when the people I tell are not even going to help me with anything? Like, what is the point of having to tell that story that's been going on for 2 months to every person at AT&T? Anyway, whatever. So I told him what happened. And he says, oh, yeah, I do see that you have several tickets in. He said, well, we'll send a tech out there tomorrow to finish the inside installation. I said, the inside installation was completed weeks ago. That part is done. I said, the part that I need done is the outside part. I said, I was told that the lines underground were cut. They were going to need to be dug up and new wires or fibers or whatever they're called put in. That was the only way that it was going to work, that I could get fiber. So he was like, well, no. We need to do the inside installation. I said, there's nothing inside to install. I have the box. The wires are all run. Everything is sealed up. I just need the wires outside fixed so that I can turn it on inside. Went round and round with this guy. So finally he says, no. You just need a tech to come out and turn stuff on. And I'm like, okay, whatever you say. Whatever you say. At this point, just send somebody out here so I can talk to a person in person. You know, to a live, I mean, even though you're live on the phone, let me talk to somebody face to face and see if I can figure out what the heck is going on. So he says, well, we can have somebody out there tomorrow between 2 and 4. Or 2 and 4? Yeah, tomorrow between 2 and 4. I said, fine, I'll be here. That'll work. So they're supposed to come tomorrow between 2 and 4, right? So I'm in there just working away. And it gets to be, well, first, they did send me 2 different text messages from 2 different numbers confirming that somebody was going to be here tomorrow between 2 and 4. So I'm sitting there working and my little camera alert goes off on my phone, my outside cameras. And I look outside and there's an AT&T truck out there. And I'm like, huh. So they came today, and I thought, okay, it's going to get loud because they're fixing to start digging and stuff. So I saw the guy out there at the little box by the road, you know, I guess looking at whatever he needed to look at. And then my phone rings, and it's AT&T. And, well, it's him, the technician. And he says, you know, hey, introduces himself. He said, I'm out here doing your fiber. He said, all I got to do is, I don't know what he said. It was like just a little handful of things. He said, and then I'll have you up and running. And I said, well, wait a minute. You don't need to dig stuff up? And he said, no, ma'am. And I said, well, I was told that they were going to have to come out here, like it had been contracted to somebody else because they were going to have to bring a backhoe out here and basically dig the whole yard up to replace the line. And he was like, no, ma'am. He said, the signal strength and everything is good. He said, all I have to do is kind of just like flip a switch. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to freaking be kidding me. Like, that's all it was. And this was like 12 days ago that I talked to somebody. And this could have been done forever. I mean, I'm not fussing at the guy. And I was like, okay, that sounds great. So he said, well, when I get done, I can either call you and you can make sure everything's going, or I can come in and make sure that everything is working before I leave. And I said, that would be fantastic, because of course I want to make sure it's running because it's taken so long. So anyway, he finishes up, and what did I say? It's like 5 o'clock. He didn't get here till almost 4. So he wasn't here like an hour, maybe a little over an hour. He did his little stuff at the box, tested everything out, came inside, cut the wire on the old box, unhooked everything, made sure that all of my stuff was up and running, and that, you know, like I signed into things on my phone to make sure the Wi-Fi was working and everything. And he was like, you're good to go. And I was like, that's all? That's all it took? This could have been done so long ago, y'all. This could have saved me days of taking off of work. This could have saved me so much stress and headache. But anyway, that's it, y'all. That's the resolution to the AT&T saga. Now, I'm going to be testing it out. You know, the game's coming on. Well, y'all may not know. I'm a Saints fan. Saints play tonight. Monday Night Football. They're playing the Chiefs. But I'm going to go watch the game, and I do stream it. So we're going to see. We're going to see if my streaming is any faster, if like my signing into things is any faster. And then over the next few days, I'll test and see if it feels like anything has sped up since they installed this fiber. So anyway, I'm not mad. I'm not going to be mad anymore. I'm going to be happy now that I have my fiber finally working. And yeah, that's it, y'all. So that's the start to my week. Started out a little bit because I had to call and fuss. And then it ended up great because I now finally have my internet fixed. So anyway, that's it, y'all. I'm about to fix me something to eat, and I'm going to go watch the game. So I will talk to y'all later on this week if anything else interesting happens. Hey, y'all. Welcome to my couch. I am sitting here on my couch in my pajamas. Now, look, floral is not usually, you know, what I lean towards, but this is my nightgown, y'all. This is one of my nightgowns. And if y'all didn't know, this little nightgown and several of the others that I know y'all have seen me in, they came from the Dollar General. Now, I don't normally buy clothes at the Dollar General. I mean, for one thing, because my Dollar General just doesn't really have that many clothes. But I found these, well, actually, my mama had one. And I complimented her on her gown, how soft and comfy it looked. And then she went and got me one. And then it was so comfortable that I went back and bought every color that they had, which some of them are not very flattering, like this florally one. But I thought to myself, ain't nobody going to see my nightgown anyway, till I decided to start a YouTube channel sitting in my nightgown. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. If you're looking for some super comfy little nightgowns, go down to the Dollar General. They're $7. They're super stretchy, like t-shirt material. They are so dang comfortable. These are the most comfortable pajamas I own. I'm just going to tell y'all that. So one thing that we haven't talked about on this channel yet is travel. But we're going to talk about it today, y'all. So y'all know that I have alluded to, hinted at, and kind of mentioned the fact that I have a big trip coming up next year. And I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all what that is. So I am going to Scotland and Ireland next fall, y'all. I am so dang excited. This trip has been at the very top of my bucket list for pretty much my entire adult life. And I have tried to plan this trip many, many times in the past, like with other people, because I'm not really one of those people who likes to travel alone. I just feel like let me move Alexa because she's kind of distracting. So anyway, I've never been somebody who likes to travel alone. I just think it's so much more fun when you travel with somebody. You make memories with somebody else and all those things. So when I've tried to plan this trip in the past, everybody backs out, whether it's for financial reasons, family reasons, whatever the reasons are. And that's okay because this wasn't their dream trip, it was mine. So I decided, because I'm about to tell you how old I am. I am turning 50 on my next birthday, which is in March. I will be 50, y'all. I will officially be an antique. I will be an antique, y'all. But it's a big birthday, and I'm not one that really celebrates my birthdays. Maybe we'll go out to eat, or something like that. But I'm just not one who has like big parties and celebrates myself and all that kind of stuff. I've just never been that way. I don't expect, everybody in the world to send me money and bring me gifts. And, like, I know some people out there do. And I'm not going to talk about y'all. But you know who you are. But anyway, no judgment to those people. If that's the way that you celebrate, that's you. You do however you want to do. But it's just not me. I've never really been the kind of person who wants, like, I feel weird accepting things from people. Like, I love to give, but I always have felt weird when people give me things. I don't know. It's very weird. I don't know what the why behind that is. Probably some trauma from my childhood, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I just decided, you know what? I'm turning 50 and I'll be doggone if I put this trip off any longer. I'm going. I am going. And I talked to some of my friends about it, my two best friends, and they were like, you know what? We're going too. And I was like, you got to be kidding. And I was like, okay, I'm going to plan this trip. And if y'all back out, I'm going by myself. I'm going to do it. So we started planning this trip probably about a year ago. It's a big trip. So we've, kind of tried to start the planning process early. And one of my friends, her youngest son is still in school. He will graduate next year. So she will not, after that point, will not have kids in school anymore. And so now it is going to be me, two of my best friends, and my cousin that are going. And I'm trying to talk my sister into going. Y'all help me talk her into going. But yeah, so that is my big trip for next year. It's going to be next fall. I'm going to take y'all along for all the things. It's a little bit early even for me because I'm kind of extra and I'm a chronic over planner, y'all. But it's still a little bit early to try to start packing anything. I have been buying a few things here and there just because I don't normally travel long distances overseas. I have flown before. I have traveled quite a bit, but I haven't gone this far before. So I've started picking up just a couple of things, here and there that I feel like I'm going to need for my travel, just because I can't stand myself. Like, I feel like I need to be doing something towards the trip other than just the saving money part of it, which is what I'm in the middle of doing now. I'm trying to save up my pennies, all my little extras to go towards this big trip, because I don't want to have to worry about money on a trip this big. Like, I want to be able to go and enjoy myself and, have a good time. So anyway, that is my huge trip that I have coming up. So if some of y'all know, if you follow me on my other channel, my sister also has a YouTube channel, and her channel is quite a bit larger than mine. Quite a bit larger. And so her and some of her cruise friends, well, not cruise friends, some of her crafting friends, and I say crafting friends, but what I mean is other YouTube creators that have crafting channels. So they went together last year and they did a cruise for their followers. So if you followed them, You know, you were able to go on a cruise with them, you know, do little crafting classes that were taught by those creators and all that fun stuff. They had a fantastic time. I did not get to go. I'm not much of a crafter. If y'all followed me here, you've heard me mention that I'm not creative. If you follow me on my other channel, you've heard it many, many times. But I'm not really a crafty person. I don't do crafts, and because I'm just not good at it. So it's just not something that I tend to do. But I wanted to go, number one, because it's a cruise and I love to cruise. Number two, because it's my sister and I wanted to go support her. But I did not get to go last year. I had other things going on and I just wasn't able to go. And so they had such a good time last year that they are doing it again. Well, let me back up. I said last year, it was actually earlier this year. I believe it was in February that they went this February, like 2024. So they planned another one, and it's for next year. It's for February of 2025. And, you know, one of the ladies asked me, she was like, oh, are you going to go with us this time? And I said, you know, I'm not going to be able to. I've got this really big trip coming up at the end of the year, and I just can't afford to do both, you know. And, but y'all, the closer it gets, the more I was like, you know, I really would love to go. Like, I would really just love to go. It's a ship that I've never been on, leaving out of a port I've never left out of. And honestly, put me on a cruise ship from any cruise line, going anywhere, and I'll be happy because I just love to cruise. And so I've just been thinking about it a lot and praying about it. Yeah, if you're not a praying person, that's okay. That's all right. Talk to whoever, you know, you talk to. No judgment on this channel. But I just feel like I want to go. Like, I was going to say I feel like I need to go, but let's be real. I probably don't need to go, but I want to go. I want to go. And I just feel like it's just something that I want to do. And so I called up my cousin. She's the one that's going to Scotland with me. And I said, hey, look, what do you think about doing a cruise in February? Because, you know, it's kind of last minute in the cruise world, because usually you book a cruise at least a year out so you can pay on it and all those kind of things. So I was like, it's in February. Like, you want to go on a cruise? And she was, you know, thought about it. She was like, you know what? You're right. Life's too short. Let's do it. And I was like, yes. So we're going on a cruise in February, y'all. I booked it yesterday. And I'm so excited. I wanted to come on here and share it with y'all because number one, I was just excited about it. But number two, because I'm going to take y'all along on the packing process, the getting ready process. Y'all know I live in South Louisiana, or most of y'all know. So normally I leave out of New Orleans if I'm going to go on a cruise. I mean, I've flown to Miami, left out of Miami and stuff before too, but normally I go out of New Orleans because it's, you know, a little drive down the road. But this cruise is leaving out of Galveston. And that's, I think, about 5 or 5.5 hours from me. I'll have to double check, but I think that's about what it is. So we're going to have to leave the day before and drive. Me and my cousin, we're going to leave the day before. We're going to drive down, stay in a hotel room the night before. Because I just don't think getting up and trying to leave at 2 o'clock in the morning is going to work for me. Like, I don't feel like that's something I want to do. So we're going to get a hotel room. We're going to drive down the day before, stay at the hotel. Then we're going to get on the cruise. Cruise is a 5-day cruise going to Cozumel and Costa Maya. I've been to Cozumel 80 billion times. I love Cozumel. I'll go 80 billion more, you know. I love it down there. So anyway, that is the plan. I am so excited going on a cruise. So that is coming up way quicker than my Scotland trip. So I am going to need to start planning and packing and all the things. And I'm going to take y'all along for all of that stuff. Now, I probably will. I'm not going to start packing right now. Obviously, it's October. But I usually pack about a month early. Yeah, I mean, that's just me. I overplan, overpack, all the things. And every cruise I go on, I say, I'm not going to pack that much next time. And I do. I do it every time. Because I'm one of those what if people. What if I spill something on my shirt? What if... And my cousin was like, what if we get rained on and we need to change clothes? You know, so whatever the case is, what if a heel breaks off my shoes? You never know. So I would rather be prepared, you know? So I don't have a lot of like buying to do for a cruise because I cruise, you know, I say pretty often, at least like once a year, once every other year, something like that. So I don't really need to buy a whole lot, but I may just need to get some things to kind of fill in here and there. But anything that I do, I'm going to take y'all along for. We're going to talk about more about the vacations as they get closer. So we'll be talking about a cruise coming up pretty quick, you know, in the next couple of months. And then the big Scotland and Ireland trip will be coming up at the end of next year in the fall. So yeah, I am so excited. I was excited. I couldn't stand myself. I had to come share with y'all what we were doing. So I'm going to take y'all along for everything. But for now, I'm going to end this vlog right here because I have rambled on way too long already. And yeah, I will talk to y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.